Yeah, they be like, who is this Mickey Truth girl? Who qualifies her to put a work on these people?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another video. As always, all information contained in this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used in this video is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you, not me. So let's get it. Content on Take Capone for the golden question: did he snitch? If you're wondering, well, who did he supposed to snitch on? Allegedly, right? He's supposed to have snitched on the Rondo number 9 and C-Day murder case that they're currently doing over 30 years each for. With this being said, again, I told y'all the paperwork been out for a while. However, it was rumors of fake paperwork. It was rumors of this, rumors of that. Take Upon himself in a Vlad interview denied the allegations. Some people will say, yeah, he snitched. Some people say, yeah, he didn't. So at the end of the day, it's all going to be up to you. But what I did was fact check the information, and I'm going to provide the details. What you decide in your mind is on you. My opinion is my opinion based off the facts. Believe that, okay? With that being said, let's first start here. Shout out to Chiracology and Reddit because, again, they do, especially in the Chicago sector, they do pretty good keeping you abreast of the information. Beginning with this. As I showed y'all in the little dirt video, when you contact Chicago Police Department, you do receive an actual letter attachment to go with your FOIA request. So, as you see here, it does show that they requested the case and arrest reports of Clint Massey and Courtney Ely. And it gives the case ID, of course, for the murder case. Now, with that being said, one thing that I did differently, because again, the paperwork is out, and I'm going to briefly run over the paperwork that was retrieved and put on Chiracology. They requested the information on Clint Massey and Courtney Ely, but not Take Upon. But we gonna get into that. That's what Mickey did. So because my mission is very, very direct, did Take Upon snitch? Period. Right. So before we get into that, let's, for those who may not know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. So Courtney Ely, aka C-Day, right, is currently doing 38 years for murder, attempt to kill. Okay, 38 years. All right. He began his time in 2016. For those who don't know, drill rapper Rondo number 9, Clint Massey, currently doing 39 years for murder, intent to kill, injury. Started his time in 2014. Oh, excuse me, no, 2016 also. However, they were arrested in 2014. Now, y'all may be wondering, well, why the hell is Take Capone in it? Well, let's start here. Again, this has been out for a while. It's right on Reddit. This is the actual arrest report for C-Day, as you can go through. And y'all know, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Although I didn't request this per se, it matches what they look like. Okay, so but I'm not gonna dwell on the info. But again, it's been out. You can kind of again verify, especially in Chicago, because again, the police department is gonna send that letter. All right, it's gonna have the number of the request and all, so you can verify if you ever do want to take that route and use it or use it as research. Okay. Now, like I said, it just breaks down a lot. I want to get kind of to the bottom of something real quick because, again, I'm not going to dwell on it too much. All right. So, with that being said, it's a part 2 to this. Okay. And I jumped down a little bit, but again, 50 pages to this one too. But if you take a look down, I say about page 28, 29, it starts talking about witnesses and things like that, right? And as you can see, it's witness and it says female 22, female 21, female 19. Now, what's important to me, okay, is this particular witness right here. Male, 17, born 1996, gang affiliation, BD 600 faction, aka redacted, and then RA number redacted. Then it says to be interviewed, male, 17, date of birth, 1996, gang affiliation, BD 600 faction, aka redacted. Again, investigator alert. Now, you cannot just go off of that, right? However, it makes you think, who is the 17-year-old that they have as a witness or to be interviewed witness at that? Well, that's what we have to do our research on, okay? Now, y'all know, I tell y'all all the time, Google. That's it. Now, would I say just run with everything that come up on Google? No, but it at least give you a little room to piece together some things. So, if you just go to Google and say Tay 600, that's it. Y'all see Tay 600 pops up. He looks similar to the Tay 600 we see on these interviews, okay? If you go down, it says here on the cityceleb.com. Now, again, you can't take everything off of Google. However, it does say Tay Capone, born November 8th, 1996, formerly known as Tay 600. And it says Jamonte Carpenter is his name. Now, again, does that mean anything? Like, is it accurate? No, it doesn't mean it, but it gives you something to note down to verify later. Then, if you come down right under that, BladTV.com, newly released court documents show Tay 600 didn't snitch. Oh, let's take a look at that. Did I just waste all my time? Well, let's see. It says Tay 600 has been trying to clear his name after being accused of snitching on fellow Chicago rappers C-Day and Rondo Number 9 for the murder of taxi driver Javon Boyd in 2014. Rondo Number 9 got 39 years, while C-Day got 38 years after both were found guilty for their roles in Boyd's death. Recently released court documents show while Tay 600 real name Jamonte Carpenter was named in the paperwork as being present at the party with a group that included C-Day and Rondo, he wasn't listed as speaking with investigators about details of the incident. The paperwork detailed the moments leading to the shooting, revealing that rapper D Rose was with C-Day, Rondo, and a group of others as they went to Wentworth Gardens, where Javon Boyd was shot and killed. It was revealed that they went to the area to see who shot at a female member of their group, Caprice Johns, at a party earlier in the evening and deal with the matter. Oh, wow. It then goes on to say Johns told investigators that she witnessed C-Day and Rondo speaking to Boyd before identifying C-Day as the shooter, but denied seeing the actual gun during trial. She added that D Rose ran back to John's car and got inside saying, "Shit, and he's dead." Surveillance footage captured the incident, which showed a bright flash of light near C-Day's hand while he was standing outside of Boyd's car. A fingerprint from Boyd's passenger side window was confirmed to be from C-Day, but there is conflicting evidence on whether C-Day or Rondo was the shooter in the incident. Tay 600 reacted to the news on Twitter, right? Hey man, look, I will not be silent or humble about this win. I hope these ninjas hurt by this ish. I went through this ish for 5 years. Think of all the millions and industry connection I missed out on because mother effers questioned my credibility. I could have been killed for this ish. Tay 600 previously spoke with Vlad TV in 2017 about being labeled a snitch by C-Day and remained steadfast that he didn't speak with investigators in the incident. You can check out our interview. You can read the full you can read the full court paperwork. Here. Let's click it. Ooh, where's about to take us to? Yo, that's crazy. You know why that's crazy? Because this was actually where I was going to next. So, according to Vlad TV, This appellate court decision is going to prove that Tay 600 did not speak with the investigators, did not tell anything, right? That's according to Tay 600 and Vlad per that article. So I was going to this next anyway. Let's keep going. As you can see, Clint Massey, aka Rondo number 9, did file for appeal. And this is back in 2019. Let's just take a look. Now, we're not going to go over the whole thing because, again, this video is about Tay 600, aka Tay Capone, if he snitched or not on this case, not the actual case of Rondo number 9 and see that. Now, with that being said, let's just take a read on the background. It says on the night of February 21st, 2014, defendants attended a party at 39th Street and Wentworth Avenue in the Wentworth Gardens housing projects. Massey wore a tiger stripe jogging suit and Ely wore a Burberry shirt and white pants. Also attending the party were Caprice Jones, Jasmine Brown, Jamonte Carpenter, Takia Herbert, and Jerome Anderson. Defendants left the party with Herbert and Herbert's van. After they left, Johns, who remained at the party, got into an argument with a group of women known as Pretty in Pink because John disliked the song that were being played. As they argued, someone fired a gun into the air multiple times. John did not see who fired the shots, but she guessed that the shooter wanted to stop the argument because it was too loud. The gunshots did not hit anyone. After the altercation, Johns left the party with Brown, Carpenter, and Anderson. They left in John's car. With Anderson driving, Carpenter made a phone call to either Massey or Ely, who were still with Herbert in her van, and told them about the altercation at the party. Carpenter put the call on speakerphone, and Brown could hear Ely's voice, which she recognized on the other end. Anderson drove to Wendy's where they met up with a red car in Herbert's van. Ely and Massey exited the van and got into the red car along with a man named D. Rose. A fourth man, unidentified at trial, was the driver. The three vehicles drove back towards Wentworth Gardens in convoy. First the red car, then Herbert's van, then John's car. According to Johns, they attended to see who shot at them and deal with the matter. Meanwhile, Latoya Adams was visiting her mother in Wentworth Gardens. Around 3 a.m. on the morning of February 22nd, she called for a taxi to go to a friend's house. Boyd, who was now, the footnote says, at trial, Herbert admitted attending the party, but she denied seeing defendants at the party or knowing anything about the shooting. She was impeached with a signed statement she made to Assistant State Attorney Patrick Waller on March 4th, 2014, which was admitted as evidence. So at the end of the day, they proved that she was lying. Driving a car that contained no outside indication that it was a vehicle for hire was dispatched to the call. So no one would have known that was a taxi. However, y'all know now they have the bright flashing Uber signs and stuff in cars and all that. Now, with that being said, let's see, let's search because I believe that is where the Carpenter part ends. Oh, no, it's not. So let me make sure I caught that. And then it says, although we agree that Massey and Ely's offenses were potentially all right, so we go down. It says when Carpenter called to discuss the altercation at the party, Brown recognized Ely's voice and not Massey on the other end. Ely was the one who asked Boyd if he was from over here, and Ely was the one who bragged man down. Ely's fingerprint and not Massey's was found on Boyd's car window. Ely also left his iPhone at the scene of the crime. Oh, wow. And went with Johns and Browns to try and retrieve it, which was chronicled in detail at trial. So again, that's where the last time they mentioned Tay Capone. So with that being said, you may still be wondering, well, Mickey, he's cleared. He's done. They said it. Vlad said it. Not technically, because as I would do with anybody, I had to put my own request in. As I told y'all, I did request the actual reports from the police department for Take Upon, aka Jamonte Carpenter. However, it says here your request was reviewed by the undersigned. A search was conducted based on the parameters provided. Please be advised that to the extent they exist, records are denied. So, in a nutshell, they denied my request for anything related to Take Capone's arrest. Cool, that's fine. You would think all things were lost at that point, right? No, that's not how that worked. Because I also put in a request with Cook County State Attorney's Office, right? And again, I requested the same information I requested from guess who? The police department. And it says here that my request, hold on, let me look. It says the Cook County State Attorney Office has reviewed its files and has located responsive records to your request. Please log in. And of course, it says redactions and all that, which is cool. I ain't tripping on that part. But let's take a look and see exactly what did they provide to me. What is there? What will I see? What y'all think? Y'all let me know. What y'all think? All right, let's get to it. 7 pages were provided to me, okay? And as you can see, this was back February 22nd, 2014, murder, and the victim's last name is Boyd. Now, with that being said, a lot has been redacted. I couldn't tell you what's what, but that says aunt, that says mom, phone number, that's all redacted. Then it says March 6, 22:20 hours, Andy Gabble advised he was representing, told client not being charged, had, I don't know what that is, made statement, witness, account of shooting, also had talked to mom, wave, would be contacting her in an hour or so. Okay, I'm about to say, what? All right, so that's what that one says. Now, again, this starts to look familiar. The paperwork that was uploaded to Reddit, right? So, with that being said, let's read it. 6, 2014, Redacted was located by Gang Investigations 6510 team. Redacted was then interviewed by the RDs. Redacted initially denied being present at this murder. The RDs confronted him with the fact that several other people have already been interviewed and identified Redacted as being present. Redacted subsequently related that he was in fact present for this murder. Redacted stated that he is also known as Redacted or Redacted. He stated that his rap name is Redacted. So whoever this is a rapper, right? And was identified as being present at the murder and was located by gang investigation. So in my mind, that means possible gang member, but it doesn't clearly state that. That's just my opinion of the facts. Redacted stated that he has been friends with Courtney Ely for at least 5 years. He stated that Ely also goes by the name of C-Day. He stated he has been friends with Rondo for approximately 7 years. Redacted further stated that he has also been friends with Redacted approximately 12 years. Redacted identify photos. Oh, shit. Identify photos of Courtney Ely as being C-Day, Clint Massey as being known as Rondo, and of Redacted as being known as Redacted. So 3 photo identifications. Definitely a witness for sure. Redacted stated that on Friday, February 21st, 2014, after 22 hours, he went to a party in the area of 38th and Princeton. He stated that while he was at the party, he saw Ely, C-Day, Massey, Rondo, and Redacted at the party. He stated that Ely C-Day was wearing a Burberry shirt and Massey Rondo was wearing an orange and black matching outfit. That's a description. Okay. Redacted stated that 2 other friends known as Redacted and Redacted were also at the party. Redacted stated that at some point, Ely C-Day, Massey Rondo, Redacted, and Redacted left the party. Redacted stayed. Redacted stated that some girls he knew, so it's a he,
right? Began arguing with another group of girls at the party. He stated that he was outside of the party when someone in the other group fired some gunshots. Redacted stated he left the party with a group of girls and a subject he knows as Redacted. He identified photos of Redacted and Redacted. He stated there were two other girls in a car. One of them was called Redacted. Redacted stated they left in a Redacted gray Grand Prix V. Redacted stated that when they drove away from the party, he made a phone call to a female he calls Redacted. He stated she gave the phone to Redacted. Redacted stated that he told Redacted of the fight and the shots fired at the party. Redacted told Redacted that he did not want to talk on the phone. Redacted told Redacted to meet him at Wendy's on 55th Street. Redacted stated that they dropped Redacted and the other female off before they drove to Wendy's. Redacted stated that Redacted, and he Redacted, then drove to meet Redacted at Wendy's. That sounds very familiar. And again, the appeal paperwork is available. Like, you can just go pull it. You can Google it, to be honest, right? It'll take you exactly to the illinoiscourts.gov. For those who don't know, all appellate decisions are made available at the sites in many states. I'm not going to say all states because I haven't looked on all states, but many, including Illinois. So with that being said, what we just heard was a lot. What we just heard, again, let's take a listen. Let's look back up here. Caprice Johns is a female. Jasmine Brown is a female. Jamonte Carpenter is a male. Takia Herbert is a female. And Jerome Anderson is a male. Now, let's match up the info just to make sure we on the right trail here, okay? It says after the altercation, Johns, who is a female, left with Brown, who is a female, Carpenter, who is a male, and Anderson, who is a male, in John's car with Anderson driving. Carpenter made a phone call to either Massey or Ely, who were still with Herbert in her van. So could Herbert be the female that Carpenter called based on this? Now, at the same time, let's go back to what Cook County provided to me in regards to Tay Capone. Because again, my request was for Tay Capone, and this is what they sent back. Now, Redacted stated that when they got to the Wendy's, a white van pulled up with a maroon auto. He stated the girl he knows as Redacted was driving a white van. Again, that's in the appeal paperwork. He identified a photo of Redacted as being Redacted, the driver of the white van. Still identifying people. Redacted stated Redacted was in the white van with Redacted. He stated a male subject with dreadlocks was driving the maroon car. Redacted further stated that he saw Massey, Rondo, and Redacted in the maroon car as well. He stated at this time he had not yet seen Ely C-Day. Redacted stated that Massey Rondo was still wearing the orange and black matching outfit. Redacted stated that all three vehicles left the Wendy's together. He stated that the maroon car led the caravan with the white van behind it and the gray car behind the white van. We heard that also in the appeal paperwork. He stated that there were 4 people in the gray car he was in, Redacted, and he, Redacted, was driving the white van with Redacted as passenger. At this time, he was aware that the male with dreadlocks was driving the maroon car with Massey Rondo and Redacted as passengers. Redacted stated that all 3 cars drove to the area of 37th and Princeton. Redacted stated that he thought they were going back to the party. Now, I really don't even need to go on, but I'm going to continue. Redacted stated that Redacted stated that when they drove down Princeton, the maroon car made a U-turn, followed by the white van, and then the gray car he was in. He stated he did not know why they made the U-turn. He stated that after they made the U-turn, they were traveling south towards 39th Street. He stated that after they made the U-turn, all three vehicles came to a stop. He stated that he was in the back seat of the car, slunched down, when he heard gunshots fired. He stated he set up and Redacted walked back to the gray car and got into the car with him. Redacted stated he saw Massey Rondo shoot inside the passenger side of a vehicle that was parked on the side of the street. He stated there was one more shot fired at that point. He stated that after the shooting, he saw Massey Rondo get back into the maroon car. Oh, shit. Redacted stated that when Redacted got into the gray car, he was laughing. Redacted stated that all three vehicles then drove off. He stated that as they passed the parked car that Massey Rondo was shooting into, he saw a man that was shot and slumped over in the vehicle. I'm like lost for words. Redacted stated that they followed the other two vehicles to a gas station at 55th and Halstead. He stated that when the gray car he was in pulled into the gas station, he saw that Ely Cide was already standing outside the vehicles. He stated he did not see which vehicle Ely Cide got out of. Redacted stated that Ely Cide was still wearing the same Burberry shirt that he was wearing earlier at the party. Redacted stated he got out the gray car and got into the white van driven by Redacted. He stated that he was then dropped off at home. Redacted identified photos of Redacted as Redacted. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just the redactions. Massey as Rondo, Courtney Ely as C-Day, as well as photos of Massey Rondo in the orange and black matching outfit that he was wearing at the time of the murder, and C-Day in the Burberry shirt he was wearing at the time of the murder. So in reality, whoever this person is, I'm pretty sure y'all know who it is because I stated it, what I requested, but we're going to keep going. They are stating, again, he identified Rondo number 9 as shooting into the victim's car. Now, again, from a legal standpoint, that's a corroborating witness providing a detailed account of the incident. That's an eyewitness statement. Okay? That's not no street politics, no none of that. In the eyes of the law, you are an eyewitness providing details of a crime. Period. Eyewitness. Now, it continues to say, felony review, ASA Eileen Badori was contacted and responded to the area. She reviewed the facts of the case. Badori interview Redacted. He related the same account as detailed above. Redacted statement was reduced to writing by ASA Badori in the form of typewritten statement on March 6, 2014 at 22:45 hours in the presence of Detective Garza. Now, this is where we get to it. Statement of Redacted. This is the statement they're stating that was said in front of not only a detective, but also the ASA. For those who don't know what the ASA is, those are the people that's going to determine if your ass about to get locked up or not, okay? And let's just take a look here. It says the statement taken regarding the shooting of Javon Boyd, which occurred at Redacted on February 22nd, 2014 at 3:56 a.m. For one, they ass shouldn't have been outside that late for one. Because as we will see, this Redacted person is 17 years old. So, let's take a look. After being advised that Assistant State's Attorney Eileen Badori is a lawyer, a prosecutor, but not his lawyer or the lawyer for anyone involved in this case, and after stating that he understood ASA Badori's role, Redacted agreed to give the following statement, which is a summary and not word for word. Redacted state he is 17 years old. As we saw again in the police report that was released on Reddit. A 17-year-old male born in 1996 was a witness. It goes in to say he was born and raised in Chicago. Then it says it's so heavily redacted. Lives his aunt, redacted lives his aunt in the south side of Chicago. Redacted states he can read and write English and get passing grades in school. Redacted states his nickname is redacted. It then goes on and it says basically the same thing we already just read. So I'm just gonna like skip around. But he identifies who he knew again. He also is referring to exhibits, so he's pointing out pictures. Okay. He's explaining what happened as far as the night, describing the clothes that each person he already identified was wearing. He also gives the details of what happened at the party. All right. He also continues to, again, repeat everything, okay, that he had already said to the police. All right. In front of the ASA. It says it's some corrections I see that they did, but it's again heavily redacted. But now let's start here because this is not in the police document. It says redacted states he has been treated okay by the police and by Assistant State's Attorney Eileen Badori. Redacted states he has not been handcuffed while at the station or while he spoke to ASA Eileen Badori. Redacted states his mother was at the station for a while, but she left. Redacted states he was able to use the bathroom when he needed to. Redacted states he does not smoke regularly, but smoked a couple of cigarettes at the station. Redacted states he was given food and drink to eat, including a cheeseburger and french fries from McDonald's. Redacted also drank a Pepsi. Redacted states he is giving statement freely and no threats or promise have been made to him to give his statement. Redacted states he spoke with ASA Eileen Badari alone with no detectives present and told her he was not forced or threatened in any way to speak or give the statement. Redacted states he is not under the influence of alcohol or drugs at the time. Now, why are they letting a 17-year-old smoke cigarettes? Redacted. Redacted states he was given the option of giving a video recorded statement or a typewritten statement. Redacted states he did not want to give a statement on video and chose a typewritten statement. Redacted states he can read and write English and demonstrate this by reading the first paragraph out loud in the presence of Detective Garza and ASA Arlene Badori. Redacted then followed along as the rest of the statement was read out loud by ASA Arlene Badori. Redacted states he was able to make changes and corrections to the statement, and he initialed all the correction and typographical corrections. Redacted then signed the bottom of each page of the statement to show it was true and correct. That's the end of it. So again, in summary, my request was only for Jamonte Carpenter. And I'm going to read what I requested, as y'all can see on the screen. I am requesting any and all body cam footage recorded or transcribed interrogations, interviews, proffers, or statements relating to Jamonte Carpenter. Please send all available documents on Jamonte Carpenter related to the murder of Javon. And I just realized I said the wrong last name for Javon. This request includes all information regarding Jamonte Carpenter's role in the investigation, including the summaries, at least the dates of all interviews he may have had regarding this case, and why was there a warrant issued in 2016 for contempt of court. Now, as y'all can see, I don't see anything in regards to the contempt of court, but they sent me the statement. Was the contempt of court for this case? I don't know. Can't verify that one. But what I can verify is, again, look at the title of the file they sent me. Responsive files on Jamonte Carpenter, redacted PDF. With that being said, to the question at hand, did Tay Capone snitch in the investigation of Javon Boyd's murder, which ultimately ended in Rondo number 9 and C-Day, doing 38, 39 years. Now, before I answer that question, we have clearly saw it was way more people telling, hell, Take Capone technically had to be identified because they told him. Other people already said he was there when he tried to say he wasn't. With that being said, it doesn't deter the fact. Did Take Capone snitch? Yes, he did. This is not politic related at all. In the eyes of the law, in the eyes of the police department, you are corroborating eyewitness. You provided names, nicknames, descriptions. You provided details of the event. You identified one of the suspects as actually you with your eyes seeing them shoot into a car and then seeing the body on the victim hunched over. That is an eyewitness. You provided a full statement. I mean, you got a cheeseburger and fries and a Pepsi for it. But again, you told. Now, all politics, that's up to y'all to dissect. Legally, in a court of law, you are an eyewitness. You provided details to a crime. Obviously, you didn't take the stand. But that doesn't change the fact that your statements were used as part of why charges was brought against Rondo number 9 and C-Day, which is supposed to be your buddies, from what I understand from YouTube. I don't know none of the people involved. But that's the end of the story. Take Capone, aka Take 600, did cooperate with police and the attorney's office and provided 2 statements, which he was smart enough at 17 to say, no, don't put me on video, but you can write it. Maybe because then he knew it was a way to deflect. But y'all have seen straight from the source what was provided to me. It matches up with the unredacted appeal and where the names fall in place. Jamonte Carpenter, aka Take Capone, aka Take 600, did snitch on a case that ultimately went to trial for Rondo number 9 and C-Day. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. And as always, go over to MickeyTruth.com and get you that merch because you know your girl stay with that work. So until next time, holla!
You rappers ain't safe. No matter what you go through, do what you got to do and conquer the world.